Thomas Piotrowski. How are we looking today, Tom?
Pete, we're looking reasonably good. The futures are pointing to an improvement of around 0.4% for the ASX 200. It's not blistering in terms of that being a revelation, but it's, I suppose, constructive in the context of the market building on yesterday's 0.6% gain. You know, you've got to remember that we have had some quite substantial falls over the course of recent weeks. So the important thing to note is that globally, markets seem to be exhaling with some relief, having navigated last week's big risk event with Jerome Powell at Jackson Hole. And we can see that in terms of the way that Northern Hemisphere stocks have performed in the first day of the new week in the aftermath of Mr Powell's comments, and indeed the comments of a range of central bankers over the weekend. So in the US, we had the markets finish close to their best levels of the day. We had technology stocks improve most. The Nasdaq was up 0.6%. The S&P 500 and the Dow each improved by around 0.6%, Pete. But arguably the more important aspect of those price movements overnight is what happened in the interest rate market or bond markets. And to that end, the moves were quite contained. They were really just what you would put down to noise. So both long and short-term interest rates in the US down very slightly. That is encouraging news. European markets, likewise, we saw some solid gains for European stocks. The German DAX was up by 1%. The French market up 1.3%. The broader measure of stock performance in Europe up by close to 1%. The UK market was closed for a public holiday, but their bond market was also quite well behaved where the European picture is concerned. So that is all quite encouraging. We're going to kick off a busy part of the week, I suppose, on Tuesday, more Tuesday evening, because Michelle Bullock, who will be shortly ascending to the big job at the RBA, she'll be making a presentation after the market closes. So that'll be listened to carefully. It's actually got a Q&A attached to it as well. So that will be exploited by the audience, I'm sure, in relation to questions around interest rates. But it's another busy day as far as earnings are concerned today. So we're still pushing through the back end of the reporting season.
Thanks, Tom.